welcome to another action-packed hour of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Wrestling the way you like it and wrestling the way it used to be, fans. Hi, I'm Bob Caudle, along with Dr. Dirty Dutch Mantell. A great action-packed hour in store for all you wrestling fans this week. Dutch, the past couple of weeks, we've had some tremendous hours of professional wrestling, and I think this week's is going to top them all. We got a great lineup of Smoky Mountain stars. We're going to see the big Bruise brothers in action, for instance. We're going to go back and take a look at the primetime Brian Lee, the Tim Horner, and the Tracy Smothers run-in of last week. Plus, we'll see once again the car brawl with primetime Brian Lee and Tracy, and what an event that was. Brian Armstrong, Bullet's youngest brother, is going to make his debut right here today.
Son.
Did I say brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Youngest son.
All right, his youngest son.
Absolutely.
That's right. Bullet Bob Armstrong's youngest son is going to make his professional debut right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. What about Down and Dirty?
Well, I'm going to have a man on Down and Dirty with Dutch who is an endangered species in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Jimmy Cornette will join me today on Down and Dirty with Dutch, and he has some very pointed comments. I want you people to pay close attention to this one.
I thought you might have been talking about the Spotted Owl or something like that, Dutch.
Absolutely not.
Let's see. What about our Beat the Champ match?
I Beat the Champ to face the Dirty White Boy will be none other than, all the wrestlers are standing by, and my name is in this hat too, my doctor's cap. One more time. The name is Joe Kazanas will face the Dirty White Boy in the $1,000 Beat the Champ contest here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
All right, fans, it's going to be a good one. You want to stay right with us for all the action. Right now, let's go to the ring. Boy, I tell you, I don't envy them. Dutch, they got two of the biggest, two of the roughest, and two of the meanest guys in professional wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the Tyrannosaurus Rex of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. No, they're not from Jurassic Park. They're from Sturgis, South Dakota. 620 pounds. The Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions, Ron and Don, the Bruise Brothers. I pity you two punks.
Bob, I just want to ask you, how would you like to be Larry Santo and Chris Comet at this point in their life? How would you like to set yourself back in time right now?
And that's like having a nightmare, Dutch. Look at the big guys. They go right after Comet and Santo. Look at this. They got Comet up on their shoulder. My heavens, what a bomb. He just drove that shoulder right into the midsection of Comet.
You can't see it. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Yes, yeah, there you can see the Bruise brother now going with a big chair. And he hits Santo with a chair. These men, I don't even think they know a wrestling move, but being 6'8" and well over 300 pounds, both of them individually, I don't think they have to know much wrestling to beat your brains out.
No, they don't have to know a whole lot, Dutch. I tell you, they're not going to run up against anybody any rougher, any stronger, any bigger, any tougher than they are. And they can go in and just brutally you just about any way they want, and that's what they're doing now. Look at this.
Now, one
drag Comet right out of the ring. All of them are out of the ring now. Cornette with that tennis racket. My heavens alive. Right down across the back, and now he's got a chair. That's low.
Oh, they are, I mean, they are just, they are hammering Santos and Comet. If I was Comet, I would give up. See, that's one of the things about wrestling. You can just give up when it gets too tough.
I'd turn my back and walk away.
If I was them, I would quit. A double kick from the Bruise brothers on Santos almost drives him completely through the ropes on the opposite side. Now coming after Comet on the outside. Comet bravely trying to fight back, but can't quite do it.
You know what the deal is, Dutch? They're still livid about last week and what happened to them with the Rock and Roll Express. But it did prove that they can be pinned because the Rock and Roll did it. But they're taking all their frustrations out now on Santo and Comet.
Well, I'm going to say one thing. The Bruise brothers, they're part of Cornette's Criminals, as everybody seems to want to call them now. And as such, they're going to be facing the Armstrong's Army in several places this month, so fans watch out. When they come, it's going to be a war.
Notably, that's the 4-team elimination match this Friday in Knoxville and the Rage in the Cage, and that's tonight in Johnson City. The referee said, hey, this has got to stop. Ring the bell. Some way, bring it to a halt.
Winners of the match via disqualification, Larry Santo and Chris Comet.
These Bruise, well, I'm going to tell you what, if they're the winners, then I just have to give that match back to them.
All right, fans, here's what happened last week between the Bruises and the Rock and Roll Express. Let's watch it right here.
belts are not on the line during this match.
It's not a match, Dutch.
No.
Really, I mean, we just
They
got
haven't
a
even rung
brawl.
the bell. What is going on here?
They got Ricky Morton in the ring. They're both stomping and kicking away at him. Gibson trying to get back into the ring, and he is now kicked and off of the apron.
Wait a minute.
And,
Wait a minute.
He ducked right under him. A double drop kick right on the money.
Bruce Brothers down. 1, 2, 3.
They got him pinned.
They did it. They beat the Bruce Brothers. This won't go down in the records, but
No,
it's not a match.
No, it's not a match, Dutch, as we said.
That's a rock and roll.
It's not a match, but they proved that it can be done. Robert, last week it was a wild, rough time. One thing about it, you two guys proved that the Bruise Brothers could be pinned.
That's right, Bob. We got something called a double drop kick, 442 pounds inside your head. And Bruise Brothers, you went down for the count.
That's right. We proved to all the fans and to ourselves that the Bruise Brothers can be beat. Now, the next step is to put those Smoky Mountain titles back around our waist and represent all these nice fans. But you know what's going to happen tonight? A part of the Armstrong Army. And let me tell you one thing, Bruise Brothers, Heavenly Bodies, and Jimmy Cornette, there's a lot of dues that are going to be paid, and they're going to be paid tonight, right here, raising the cage, Johnson City. All right.
All right, fans, it's going to be a while, and we'll be back right after this.
If you'd like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization, and you'd like to see the excitement of Smoky Mountain Wrestling live in your hometown, this message is for you. High school and college athletic departments, sports teams, police and fire departments, JCs, civic groups, or any group wishing to raise money can bring the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling to town for a night of action and receive a portion of the receipt. Write to us or call Sandy Scott at 703-989-6819. Smoky Mountain Wrestling and your civic group, an unbeatable tag team.
Fans, last week here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Tim Horner challenged primetime Brian Lee for the title, and before it was over, really chaos had erupted. Let's go back now and take a look. You're right there, Dutch, and for a while it looked like the size and the power. Oh, the referee goes down.
Wait a minute.
Horner came out of the corner right over Brian Lee, and the referee is down in the ring, and here comes Lee now. Horner's got him by the foot.
Mark Curtis out of the action. He goes.
He's going to roll him up. He's got that natural bridge on him.
We got company here.
Where's the referee? The referee's still down and out. Here's Chris Candido.
Suicide blonde in the ring now.
Candido.
Tim Horner.
Candido off of the top rope right onto Horner.
And he's
Wait a minute. It looked to me like like Tammy Fitch.
Candido hits that floor very hard
But
outside the ring.
primetime Brian Lee's got that black glove on.
Got the
He
glove.
turned his lights out with a glove again, Dutch.
Referee's still down. Referee's still down.
There's no referee in there to count.
Wait a minute, we've got some more company here. He's counting.
Wait a minute.
Tracy Smothers
Tracy
stopping.
Smothers comes charging in. Lee still got him covered. Now he sees Smothers. With that glove, Tracy's managed to duck it.
Oh! He got hit with a super kick. Now Smothers going for the glove.
He's got it off.
He's got it off. Oh, he's got it on now.
Look at Lee. Primetime Brian Lee now begging for mercy. Here's Tammy Fitch.
now. Oh!
Something into the eyes. Right into the face and the eyes of Tracy Smothers, and he goes down.
This is some wild action. Tracy Smothers down now. Brian
All right,
Lee
he put that glove back on again,
putting the
Dutch.
glove back on. Wait a minute, Horner's back up now.
Horner from behind. There goes Lee through the rope.
Out of the ring.
All right, fans, Miss Tammy Fitch right here with us, and of course you see that championship belt that
And
she's holding,
Primetime Brian
and it
Lee.
belongs to this man right here, Primetime Brian Lee. Oh, to us, he said. What about that one, Tammy?
It belongs to us.
To us.
You know, I'm beginning to understand Tracy Smothers, how he can't resist me, and he's so in love with me. I mean, I can't blame him with the women in Kentucky that look like they do. They're fat, they're ugly, they wear those skimpy little outfits with like the fat hanging out here and the fat hanging out there. They look like a salad with all the cottage cheese hanging all over the place. I mean, it makes me nauseous. It really does. So I really can't blame Tracy for being in love with me and constantly coming after me and wanting to be with me, because the way the women that hang around him look. I mean, what choice does he have?
Well, it's going to be a coal miner's glove match. You got a chance to put Tracy Smothers away for good with that.
coal miner's glove match. You know, Bob Cottle, let's get to the real point. We've been beating around the bush here the whole time. You know, Tracy Smothers, yes, you want to look like primetime Brian Lee. Yes, you want primetime Brian Lee's belt, but the bottom line is, you want this woman. You see this from head to toe. She looks better than anything up in the hills. You've never had nothing like her, boy, and you never will. And you never stand 6'8", 280 pounds. You see what I'm saying? I got it all going on from head to toe. I'm standing tall, doing it all. And with Tammy Finch in my corner, we can't go wrong. Now, you want a coal miner's glove match? That's fine with me, boy. It doesn't matter if it's a coal miner's glove match. You know about coal mines because that's where I'm going to send you. You're going to be right back down in the dirt digging coal because I'm going to put you there when I hit you in the jaw. You know, who knows, Bob? Next, we might have a gas pumping match because he might be pumping gas. We might have a quick sack working behind the register match. Who cares what we're going to have? Tracy Smothers, you're done. Tammy Finch, First Lady of Professional Wrestling, Primetime Brian Lee, we're coming in champions and we're going out champions.
Wrestling fans, be sure to keep watching Smoky Mountain Wrestling on its new time here on Your Mountain Television, Channel 57, Saturday nights at 11:30. We'll see you here on Your Mountain Television. Council, Virginia, we're coming to the Council Elementary School on Friday, September 3rd at 8 p.m. with all the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Clintonwood, Virginia, this coming Monday night, August 16th, Clintonwood Elementary School, 10 matches, all seats only $6, and bell time is 7 p.m. this coming Monday in Clintonwood. Hazard, Kentucky, Friday, August 27th, 8 p.m. at Memorial Gym. You'll see a big 10-man elimination tag match. The Heavenly Bodies, the Bruise Brothers, and Jim Cornette against the Rock and Roll Express and the Armstrongs. Barberville, Kentucky, Knox Central High School. We're coming back Saturday, September 4th at 8 p.m. You're going to see a heavyweight title match, the Mongolian Stomper against primetime Brian Lee with Tammy Fitch. And it's a hospital elimination match, September 4th. The Heavenly Bodies against Scott and Steve Armstrong in Barberville.
That's exactly right. Barberville, here we come. You know, last time it got wild and crazy. Well, this time it is a hospital elimination match, and since this is Steve's favorite of all matches, I'm going to let him do the talking on this.
That's right, a hospital elimination match. Let me get this right, because I think this is what it is, and I can't believe it is too good to be true. The first man that starts bleeding, he's out of there. The second man starts bleeding, he's out of there. So whoever's left with not a drop of blood on him is the winner. In other words, it's bare knuckles. It's this. Up against heads, it's knees, quick knees, boom, like that. It's a forearm. Anytime you can get blood coming, they're history. But Bullet Bob in the main event, he's finally got the match that he's been waiting for forever. Tell him about it, Bullet.
Bullet, September 4th, cage match. You and Cornette one-on-one in Barberville.
And I can't wait. Right here in Barberville. You know, the last time I had him right where I wanted him in these Kentucky hound hops, about to go to sleep and take a nap, if you would, and here come the criminals. Well, what you gonna do this time, Cornette? Because you're in a cage. You used to beating up fans in Barberville. Well, this time you ain't got to worry about no fans. You just got to worry about me, and brother, you better start worrying plenty, because I'm ready, willing, and able. And I'm a man, if you know what I mean. And I'll be there waiting.
All right, Joe Kazana, he's going to take on our Beat the Champ, or our champion, and try to beat our champion, which is the Dirty White Boy. And if he does, Dutch, he's going to take $1,000 with him.
Well, now, let's not forget Bobby Blaze got his start right here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, or a big break in his Smoky Mountain career when he became the Beat the Champion right here on Smoky Mountain Television. So an upset is possible here. I doubt it, but an upset is possible.
Well, this is the fourth defense for the Dirty White Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, the TV champ, weighing 252 pounds from New York City, the Dirty White Boy.
Okay, the Dirty White Boy, we mentioned it was his fourth defense, Dutch. He's gone past Blaze, Steve Armstrong, and Chris Comet. This one and one more, and he retires undefeated with $5,000 for his trouble.
Absolutely. Okay, let's watch Kazanis right now. He's got the right strategy he needs to take. He needs to take the White Boy out of his game plan and sort of take the battle to him, and he's doing that right now. Here.
And he rocked him with that right hand, and White Boy now back into the ropes, hanging on to that top rope. You mentioned Blaze. What about Bobby Blaze, Dutch?
Well, I think Bobby Blaze has got more guts than he's really got sense, I think. I think that Bobby Blaze, now this is my own personal comment, of course, my personal commentary. I think he has White Boy so exasperated at this point. Now, White Boy knows he can beat Bobby Blaze, but he wants to put him out of professional wrestling, and he wants to make him give up. And, of course, with this new challenge that the White Boy has issued Bobby Blaze, that he gives him $100 a minute for every minute he can stay up to 10 minutes. So if he stays 10 minutes, Bobby Blaze will win $1,000. But if he doesn't, Bobby Blaze was on the program last week saying that if he got beat within that 10-minute time span, he would sit down as a man of his word and have his head shaven in the middle of the ring.
He's going to shear him like a sheep.
Now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think he's got more guts than brains.
Well, I tell you, I think one thing about it, Bobby Blaze can probably feel for the predicament that Joe Kazana is in, because a white boy may be again taking out some of his anger on Blaze right here on Kazana now. And look at that headbutt. From a standing position all the way down with that headbutt, and Kazana now, he's reeling and rolling over in the corner. In the last few minutes of the match, the white boy has been pounding him and pounding him pretty heavy.
Now, this is his fourth title defense. This match and one more,
That's
and
right.
he will retire undefeated. And only one other man has done that.
You know who that was?
Primetime Brian
That's
Lee,
right.
the current Smoky Mountain Wrestling heavyweight champion.
All right, right on top of him again in the corner. There's white boy again with a big, hard right hand. He just measured him for that right. Kazana into the corner, and the white boy's going with a choke. The big hand's right around the throat. Kazana in the corner, unable to get out of there, but white boy is going to bring him out with that snap mare. And Dutch, he missed the elbow.
Oh, he went to the well one time too many, and Kazana's out of desperation, moves out of the way. Now, he needs to see if he can get some offense started here. He's got a little bit, but I think the white boy has sort of got him beat down. Got him beat down fairly quickly, I might add. An elbow to white boy. Kazana's going for the pin. Referee Mark Curtis in for the count. Gets a 2 count on him.
No, he had him covered, Dutch. No way he was going to hold him down at that point with a count.
Had a loose
3.
cover on him, did he?
Yes, sirree.
Oh, that's it.
Ooh, man.
That's it right there. DDT. Sent him in for the ride, but telegraphed the move.
With a DDT, Kazana now has just about sealed his own fate, as you said when he telegraphed that move, Dutch. Look at there. Lifts him up with the big hands right around the throat, slams him to the mat, hooks the leg. There you got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Dirty White Boy.
Okay, the white boy working his way toward Rage in the Cage and Fire on the Mountain. And talking about Fire on the Mountain, let's go right now and hear a little more about it. Okay, he's got some scissors out. What's the white boy doing? He's got scissors out. He's trying to send Bobby Blaze a message.
That's right.
Wait a minute, Bobby Blaze in the ring.
Now, you know, Blaze is sure that the reason the white boy did that was to send Blaze a message. Blaze in now. The white boy sends him down with that big foot. He caught him right in the face. Now he's got the scissors.
Wait a minute, he's got
he
the
may cut
scissors.
it right here.
He's cutting a little bit.
He gets a big whack.
Oh, he's whacking his hair off
A
in
big
the
whack
back.
of the hair right off of Blaze. And here comes Tracy Smothers now, Dutch. Here comes Tim Horner. And the white boy very quickly exits the ring.
Okay, we're talking about Fire on the Mountain. Let's hear a little more about Fire on the Mountain.
The tradition continues on Saturday, August 14th at Freedom Hall in Johnson City as Smoky Mountain Wrestling presents Fire on the Mountain 93. You'll see a special concert at 7 p.m. featuring the Clintons and the Armstrong Family Musical Review with special guest Tim Horner. Bell time is 8 p.m. for the biggest wrestling card in Johnson City's history. Jimmy Del Rey faces Steve Armstrong in a status match. The Dirty White Boy faces the Mongolian Stomper in a battle of the brutes. Tim Horner takes on Chris Candido, and the loser must drink from a baby bottle. Kevin Sullivan will do battle with the man who keeps law and order, the Big Boss Man. Tracy Smothers challenges primetime Brian Lee with Tammy Fitch in a coal miner's glove match for the heavyweight title. And then it's the Rage in the Cage. The Heavenly Bodies, Bruise Brothers, and Jim Cornette battle the Rock and Roll Express, Scott, Steve, and Bullet Bob Armstrong. 2 men will start for 5 minutes. Then every 2 minutes, another man enters the cage. When all 10 men are in the cage, the match can be won only by forcing one man to surrender or handcuffing all 5 members of a team to the cage. The keeper of the key and special referee will be the Big Boss Man. Ticket prices are $8, $6, and $5, but special Golden Circle tickets are available, which entitles the holder to come early at 6 p.m. for a pizza party with the stars, courtesy of Papa John's Pizza. Papa John's will provide free pizza and soft drinks to all Gold Circle ticket holders, plus they'll receive free autograph programs and seats in the first 3 rows of ringside. Dinner, drinks, a party with the stars, a concert, and a great night of professional wrestling for Gold Circle ticket holders, and those tickets are only $15. Fire on the Mountain 93 at the Freedom Hall in Johnson City. You don't want to miss Fire on the Mountain 93.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling is now offering official merchandise by mail. You can have the excitement of Smoky Mountain super shows like the Volunteer Slam and Fire on the Mountain on videotape. All the weekly SMW TV shows are available on home video, custom made to your order. Be fashionable with SMW t-shirts and baseball caps. Get an autographed photo of your favorite star. For a complete list of items, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, P.O. Box 1279, Morristown, Tennessee, 37816. Send for your brochure today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Down and Dirty with Dutch. I'm Dutch Mantell, and you're not. This is a specially taped edition of Down and Dirty with Dutch, and my guest, who will be with me momentarily, he's not here right now, is Jim Cornette. And we're going to be talking about some things that are on the mind of Jim Cornette, and is a man, I think, on the verge of insanity. But before we talk to Jim Cornette, let's go right now and get some comments from the big boss man who is headed our way.
Big happenings in Smoky Mountain Wrestling this week. Law, order, and justice is coming to town for one thing and one thing only, and that's you, Kevin Sullivan. I'm going to make sure, punk, that you serve nothing but hard time. We got us another happening, too. The Rage in the Cage. 10 men go in, 5 men come out. I wonder who it'll be, but the plain and simple fact is, I'm there for one thing and one thing only, and that's to make sure that law, order, and justice is served, that fair and square is handled, because I'm the keeper of the key, and there ain't nobody but nobody interfering. In Knoxville, Tennessee, this Friday night, Bob Armstrong, Jim Cornette, we're having us what you call an old-fashioned lumberjack match. May the best man win. Jim Cornette, I don't want you to think that our past dealings will have any outcome on the match, because the plain simple fact is, I've seen the light, and after Bob Armstrong gets through with you, punk, you'll see nothing but light. You got it, Jim Cornette? Bob Armstrong, dig it.
Some very interesting comments from the big boss man. Here with me right now, as I promised, Jim Cornette. Now, Jim, you've heard what the boss man had to say, and you know what Bob Armstrong has in store for you, and frankly, right now, I'm going to have to say this. I'm glad I'm not you. You have to be a very troubled man at this point.
I got hair standing up on the back of my neck, man. I got chills and shivers going down my spine. I got goosebumps coming up all over my arms. I can't sleep at night. I'm breaking out in sweat, and the whole problem is Bob Armstrong. Bob Armstrong, every top name in this business for the past 10 years has tried to back me in a corner. From Cowboy Bill Watts to the Road Warriors to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Jerry the King Lawler, nobody's been able to do it. And then Bullet Bob Armstrong, you come along and you think you're great commissioner of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and every time that I've got the heavenly bodies just ready to dominate the place, you got to stick your nose in. You got to make the ruling. You got to be the referee. You got to do something to con Jim Cornette out of what he wants. So finally, I've had enough. I get fed up with you. And I get you in that Rage in the Cage where you're the referee. And my boys, they get you and they string you out and they strap you up and they crucify you, Bob Armstrong, just like the person you think you are. And I beat you half to stinking death. And I enjoyed every single minute of it because I've hated your guts for a long time. So what do? You don't, like the 184-year-old goof that you are, you don't go back home and you don't retire, no. You go back in the gym and you work out and you get back in shape and you get your boys some kind of clan. And they all come up here and they start waging war on me and the Heavenly Bodies and the Bruise Brothers. And now you've gone and you've used your pull with the board of directors. You've got a Rage in a Cage match. Fire on a Mountain in Johnson City. You better believe the boys are going to be running, because it's going to be a Rage in a Cage match. It's very simple. 5 men on each team. The Bruise Brothers, the Heavenly Bodies, and Jim Cornette against the Rock and Roll Express, Scott, Steve, and Bullet Bob Armstrong. 1 man from each team starts. For 5 minutes, they fight. And then at the end of that 5 minutes, the bell rings, and another man from the team that has the advantage gets in that ring. It's 2-on-1. After 2 more minutes, somebody else comes in. It's 2-on-2, but the team that starts out with the advantage always retains the advantage. Anything goes inside that cage. And there's only 2 ways to win. Once all 10 men are in the ring, then you can make your opponent submit. You can put on some kind of horrible hold and make him scream and cry like a pig. And I know, Bob Armstrong, that that's what you want to do to me. Or there's handcuffs. 5 sets on one side, 5 sets on the other side. Just like we did to you, Bob Armstrong. You can handcuff each member of the team, all 5 members of one team, to the side of that cage, and you can win that match. And what you want to do is you want to get all my men handcuffed, and you want to leave me in there running around with all 5 of Armstrong's army. That's what you want. And just to make sure you get what you want, Bob Armstrong, you've gone and got a special referee, the man that keeps law and order, the big boss man. You think he's going to take it. You think he's going to make the difference. Freedom Hall, Fire on the Mountain, Johnson City, Tennessee. Rage in a Cage. I got news for you. I'll get to it in a minute, because there's something else I want to talk about. You get me alone in Knoxville at the K-Town Showdown. It wasn't bad enough putting me in a cage like some kind of criminal, like some kind of felon. But then you work it out so you get a lumberjack match. Armstrong's Army and Cornette's Criminals all around the ring in Knoxville on August 20th. Each one of them carrying tennis rackets. Anything goes in a match. The big boss man, the special referee in that one as well. And then he goes even further. He puts literally thousands and thousands of dollars on the line. He says if I don't send Jim Cornette to Baptist Hospital in that ambulance, just like he did to me at the Volunteer Slam, then he's going to refund the money of everybody that buys a ticket to the K-Town Showdown in Knoxville. So you ask me, Jim Cornette, you think you're going to the hospital? Well, I dadgum sure believe if Bullet Bob Armstrong's got anything to do with it, I will be, because I know there's a lot of money riding on it, and I know that pride of yours too, Bullet Bob. You think you're John Wayne. So you're going to try to send me to the hospital, maybe break my neck, maybe drop me on my head. I don't know what you think you're going to do, but I guarantee you one thing. All the people coming to that K-Town Showdown, you ain't going to get a stinking penny back. But it's you, the people at Smoky Mountain Wrestling, all the fans out there that watch it. It's you that have made this guy a monster. It's you, your adulation, your adoration, making him a hero. That's what's giving Bob Armstrong this big head and thinks he's got to ride in like some kind of white knight in shining armor. He's got to do something to get revenge not only for himself and his family, but for all his fans. Well, don't you people have any stinking pity, huh? Don't you have any compassion? The only thing I've ever done in my life athletically was play tennis. Bob Armstrong's been a Marine. He's been a fireman. He's been a wrestler for 25 years. If he gets me in there with no way for me to escape, he's going to tear me limb from limb. What do you think when I have to go home and I have to tell my dogs Muffy and Snuffy that maybe after August 20th, your daddy ain't coming back home? What then do you think? What do you think I'm thinking? What do you think's going through my mind right now when I got to get in a cage and I got to get in a lumberjack match with a homicidal maniac? I want all you people to listen to my words. I want you to write. I want you to call. I want you to fax. I don't care what you have to do. You get together a petition. But some way or another, you got to stop this before it's too late. And Bob Armstrong, the one thing that sticks in the back of my mind that makes me think maybe, just maybe, I got a chance, because I know I'm smarter than you are. Big boss man. You see, he's not always been the man that keeps law and order. You see, I used to know the big boss man when he thought about things just a little bit differently. And if I can get to him, if I can talk to him, if I can spend just 10 minutes with the big boss man, then maybe that rage in a cage and maybe that lumberjack match at the K-Town Showdown is going to turn out just a little bit differently, because Bob Armstrong, I know you can kill me, but I just ain't convinced you're going to.
There you heard it, fans. Very controversial words from a very controversial man. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
If you'd like to raise money for your school, club, or civic organization, and you'd like to see the excitement of Smoky Mountain Wrestling live in your hometown, this message is for you. High school and college athletic departments, sports teams, police and fire departments, JCs, civic groups, or any group wishing to raise money can bring the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling to town for a night of action and receive a portion of the receipts. Write to us or call Sandy Scott at 703-989-6819. Smoky Mountain Wrestling and your civic group, an unbeatable tag team.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing already in the ring, weighing 220 pounds from Huntsville, Alabama, Juicy Johnny.
All right, Dutch, Juicy Johnny in the ring. And right now, making his way toward the ring is, I know you know him, claiming to be the world's heavyweight champion. None other
well,
than
now, he is the world's heavyweight champion because he says so, Bob, and you have nothing to disprove his claim, so therefore what he says must be true. We see him making his way through the ring. Making his way through the ring right now. Maybe a little over-anxious, just a little bit. But
is he crying over there or something?
Well, no, he's not crying, but he's in the ring, and he's very, very upset right now. I think a little bit because of the way the fans have received him here.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, weighing 224¼ pounds from Asbury Park, New Jersey, the Suicide Blonde, Chris Candido.
Dutch, you know, he instructed us not to call him a crybaby. He wanted to be called a Suicide Blonde.
Well, why would you call him a crybaby anyway? Because Tim Horner is referring to him as a crybaby. Therefore,
I've
monkey see, monkey do.
I've seen him cry a couple of times, Dutch.
Oh, Bob, get off of it. He has never cried. He's a grown man.
Well,
he's a WWE heavyweight champion, and as such, I think
I'll tell you one thing.
Entitled to a modicum of respect.
Somebody's
Like
going to
that
be
word, modicum?
awfully embarrassed when he and Tim Horner go together. When they collide, the loser either is going to wear a diaper or he's going to drink from a baby bottle. And I know Tim Horner would never show his face after that. I believe I'd rather drink from the bottle than wear a diaper. What about you?
Well, that's a pretty tough choice there, Bob. Drink from a bottle. I think I'd rather drink from a bottle.
I think I'd rather drink from a bottle. Yeah, I don't want to wear the diaper.
I'm sort of used to drinking from a bottle anyway. But wearing a diaper, I don't know.
All right, you see right there, Juicy Johnny. He made the switch on Candido, brought him way out of the corner, high in the air, and he bounced about halfway across the ring. Candido has informed us, too, that due to the lack of respect that we've shown for his WWA title, that promoter Dennis Caralusa is planning to come here personally to speak to the board of directors of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Dutch. I hope he makes an appointment.
Well, I'm not trying to change the subject or anything, but my interview with Jim Cornette on the Down and Dirty segment, this is my honest, personal opinion, of course. Like, I don't speak for anybody else. I speak for myself. But I think Jim Cornette is at the end of his rope. I think he's almost backed into the corner, and as smart and with the genius mind that he has for professional wrestling, I think he sort of sees that noose is tightening around his throat, and he doesn't know what to do about it.
I think that's right. I mean,
I feel sorry for him.
Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't reached that point yet.
I tell you what, you might as well put a deer suit on him, give everybody shotguns, and declare it deer season. That's what they do. Bob Armstrong still has clout inside the inner office of Smoky Mountain Wrestling, even though he is not the commissioner anymore. But there's some political maneuvering going on.
You're talking about tonight's Rage in the Cage match, of course, and especially this Friday night's Lumberjack match, and that's a Lumberjack match with Bullet Bob, and he has vowed to send Jim Cornette to the hospital, the same hospital, in the same ambulance that he went to the hospital in. And by the way, Dutch, we ought to remind the fans right here that because we're certain that these matches are going to be violent. There's no doubt about that. They're going to be brutal matches. Neither of them are going to be shown on television.
They're not going to show it on TV because of the violence that they expect.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know it's going to be too brutal.
There's a lot of bad blood.
A
lot of bad blood going on in Smoky Mountain. It is really, really intense here with the competitors and the wrestlers here in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, with Brian Lee and Tracy Smothers, each other strode, and Candido and Tim Horner, and of course Armstrong's Army and the Heavenly Bodies and the Rock and Roll and the Bruise Brothers. I mean, there's bad blood all up and down that card.
Well, Candido now seems to have things going his own way. He has turned it around, and he's got it going now. He seems to have the momentum. He's got Juicy Johnny in the corner up onto the top rope. He may bring him right off of there. Look at his suplex off of that top rope. Whoa, that's a long way down for somebody.
Well, he's going for the suicide plex here, and he's got him.
Suicide plex right off of that top rope.
He hit that
brutal move.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Suicide Blonde, Chris Candido.
Well, it's a good win for Candido, wouldn't you say? He didn't look like a crybaby to me.
No, but wait a minute. Hey, he's got... Now, you know, I've heard him say, what's all this about bottles? Look at that. He's got a baby bottle, and he's sticking it right in the mouth, trying to stick it into the mouth of Juicy Johnny. And right there, he's got the baby bottle crammed into his mouth.
Well, Juicy Johnny's sucking on that bottle pretty good, isn't he?
Well, it's either that or choke to death, Dutch. What do you do?
Wait a minute, we got a visitor.
Horner. And Horner surprising Candido. Candido didn't see him coming. He wasn't aware that Horner was around.
He's a backfighter. He comes from the rear.
There's
Candido reeling. And for the ride.
And he comes off of the ropes in there. Horner runs right into the big elbow. Sails right through the ropes out of the ring. Look at Candido all the way over the rope, Dutch.
All the way over the top rope. Ends up right on top of Tim Horner. Tim Horner now for running in the ring. Now he's laying on the outside of the ring. He doesn't look like the big savior now.
He's got the baby bottle again. He's going to stick it into the mouth. He was going to stick it into the mouth of Tim Horner. And Horner grabbed that arm.
They're locked over that bottle now. Candido going to stick the bottle in Horner's mouth. Horner blocked it. And now he kicks the bottle loose. The bottle goes flying. Horner's looking for it up under the ring
He's
now.
got it.
Wait a minute.
And there goes Candido.
Wait a minute. He's running Candido down. Let's see if he can catch him. Candido just maybe a little
They got to
bit.
run right out of the building. And right now, fans, here's more about K-Town Showdown.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling presents the biggest wrestling card in the history of Knoxville. Friday, August 20th at the Civic Coliseum. It's the K-Town Showdown. You'll see a special challenge match, the Dirty White Boy versus Bobby Blaze. White Boy will give Blaze $100 for every minute he lasts in the ring, but if Blaze loses in less than 10 minutes, he loses his hair. Tim Horner faces Suicide Blonde Chris Candido, and the loser must wear a diaper. In a Singapore Spike match, Kevin Sullivan battles the man who keeps law and order, the Big Boss Man, and whoever finds the box with the golden spike can use it. Wild-eyed Southern boy Tracy Smothers challenges for the title, now held by primetime Brian Lee with Tammy Fitch with a coal miner's glove on a 10-foot pole. In a 4-team elimination match, it's the Heavenly Bodies versus the Rock and Roll Express versus the Bruise Brothers versus Scott and Steve Armstrong. When a man is pinned, his team is eliminated. Last team in the ring is the winner. And then the Armstrong Money Back Guarantee. Bullet Bob Armstrong faces Jim Cornette one-on-one in a lumberjack match. Armstrong's Army and Cornette's Criminals will be the lumberjacks. Each lumberjack will have a tennis racket. Anything goes, and the special referee is the Big Boss Man. And if Bullet doesn't send Cornette to the hospital, he will refund the money of every man, woman, and child who buys a ticket to the K-Town Showdown. There will also be a concert at 7 p.m. with Knoxville's own The Clintons, with special guests, the Armstrong Family Musical Review. Regular ticket prices will prevail, $8, $6, and $5. But in addition, special Golden Circle tickets will be available. Golden Circle ticket holders are admitted to a special Hooters party at 6 p.m. with free chicken wings, sandwiches, drinks, and more courtesy of Hooters Restaurant. And you can meet all the stars, the Armstrongs, Rock and Roll, Tracy, and more at the Hooters party. Free autograph programs, dinner, party with the stars, and seats in the first 3 rows of ringside. All for Golden Circle ticket holders, and those tickets are only $15. The K-Town Showdown. Friday, August 20th at the Civic Coliseum in Knoxville. You don't want to miss the K-Town Showdown. Smoky Mountain Wrestling is now offering official merchandise by mail. You can have the excitement of Smoky Mountain super shows like the Volunteer Slam and Fire on the Mountain on videotape. All the weekly SMW TV shows are available on home video, custom made to your order. Be fashionable with SMW t-shirts and baseball caps. Get an autographed photo of your favorite star. For a complete list of items, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, P.O. Box 1279, Morristown, Tennessee, 37816. Send for your brochure today.
All right, fans, for those of you who missed it the first time, here's what happened when Tracy Smothers was shooting a commercial in Knoxville and Brian Lee and Tammy Fitch decided to pay him a visit. Watch it right here.
Hi, I'm Tom Sturdivant of Redmond Auto Sales on 4344 Alcoa Highway.
And this is Tracy Smothers, the wild-eyed Southern boy, here to tell you to beat the heat and get a cool deal at Redmond Auto Sales on that highway. That gum highway. Saved my life.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
All right, we're ready. Let's take 3.
That highway's got me kicked.
Hi, I'm Tom Sturdivant from Redmond Auto Sales at 4344 Airport Highway.
And this is Tracy Smothers, the wild-eyed Southern boy, here to tell you to beat the heat. And what in the world is going on?
Hey, come on, fellas. I don't need... Ho, boys, I don't need this on my...
What kind of job you would have after I ran you out of Smoky Mountain Wrestling?
Somebody call 911.
It's a commercial. A used car salesman.
Yeah, Tracy, when it comes to cars, you're a Toyota and Primetime's here at Rolls-Royce.
Oh, yeah, okay, Miss Witch. I guess you know enough about cars. You've been in the back seat of enough of them.
Ho! Somebody call 911! Come on, fellas. Hey! Jesus Christ.
All right, fans, with us right now, here's the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. And Tracy, we've been talking to Tammy Fitch, the primetime Brian Lee, about the coal miner's glove match, and I tell you, he is awfully, awfully confident.
Yeah, he is, Bob. You know something? I sit back there and I listen to that Tammy Fitch talk about that I'm jealous of Brian and that I'm in love with her.
Yeah, you want her, she said.
Let me tell you something, you little no-good tramp. I turn down better-looking girls than you. You came here to Smoky Mountain Wrestling and you suing Smoky Mountain for sexual harassment or something to that matter. Well, I'm the one's been harassed, so you can't get to manage me, so you manage my student, a guy I helped get started, primetime prima donna Brian Lee. And you want to talk about that. You say that I'm jealous of Brian. You say I'm jealous of you. You say I'm in love with you. Lady, let me tell you something. You got the worst breath of any human I've ever seen, and you doggone sure need some deodorant. Now, prime time. Coal miner's glove match, man. It's coming down. The time for talking is over. I got everything to lose. I got everything to gain and nothing to lose, man. And by the good grace of God and the support of the fans and just a little bit of lady love, I'm going to be the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion for a third time. So the story goes like this, and it goes back to Country Boy Can't Survive. I'm a Southern-born, Southern-bred thoroughbred, and I'm going to take that glove, coal miner's glove, and I'm going to knock you into the next area code. I'll see you, prima donna.
All right, fans, we'll be back right now. Let's take time out for this word.
Be sure to keep watching Smoky Mountain Wrestling at its new time on WYNT, Your Mountain Television Channel 57, Saturday nights at 11:30 here on TV 57. We're coming to Council, Virginia at the elementary school on Friday, September the 3rd at 8 p.m. All the stars of Smoky Mountain Wrestling will be in Council. Clintwood, Virginia, this coming Monday night, August 16th at Clintwood Elementary School. 10 matches, all seats only $6, and bell time is 7 o'clock. This coming Monday in Council. Hazard, Kentucky, Friday, August 27th at 8 p.m. at the Memorial Gym. It's a Big 10-man elimination tag match. The Heavenly Bodies, the Bruise Brothers and Jim Cornette against the Rock and Roll Express and all the Armstrongs in Hazard. And Barberville, Kentucky, we're coming back to Knox Central High School Saturday, September 4th at 8 p.m. You're going to see a heavyweight title match, the Mongolian Stomper against primetime Brian Lee with Tammy Fitch. A hospital elimination match, the Heavenly Bodies against the Armstrongs. And one-on-one on September 4th in a cage, Jim Cornette against Bullet Bob Armstrong.
What is the deal here, man? What is it? You got to have a backup plan for assassination? Hey, let's pull the pin on a hand grenade and shove it down his throat. Let's strap some dynamite to his back and light the fuse just in case that don't work. Let's put him in a 10-man elimination match. Anything goes in Hazard on the 27th of August. If that don't work, let's bring him back and stick him in a cage one-on-one with Bullet Bob Armstrong in Barberville on September the 4th. Well, let me just say this to you, Armstrong. Your boys ain't going to be looking too good there in Barberville because it's a hospital elimination match. When a guy gets busted open and he's bleeding, he's got to go back to the dressing room. And the match goes on until there's only one team left standing there that ain't bleeding, and that's going to be the Heavenly Bodies. And then they're going to lock me in a cage and throw away the key. You and me, Bob Armstrong, you want to get your revenge. Well, I know that you could tear me limb from limb if it's one-on-one, but I know how much you love your boys, and right there in Barberville, that hospital elimination match, going to be rough on them. If we draw you out of your hiding place and you come into that ring, you may not make it into the cage, because that's my chance, and I'm going to make the most of it.
All right, fans, and with us right now, here's the youngest member of the Armstrong Army, and we're glad to say that he's making his debut right here on Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Brian Armstrong. Brian, welcome.
Well, thank you, sir. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Collin. It's definitely an honor to be here at Smoky Mountain Wrestling. You know, I just got out of the Marine Corps. I spent 6 years in the Marine Corps defending my country. I did go to Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I was involved in that. I lived in a sand hole for 90 days of my life, Mr. Collin, so I've seen hard times. This is definitely a tough business that I'm stepping into, but stepping into it, you know, and going to give it my all 100%. And I think about Jim Cornette, and he is an American, and I fought for America. But I don't look at it like that. I risked my life for all these good people like this. I didn't risk my life for the kinds of Jim Cornette and his mama. So I'm just here to give it 110% and to support my family in any way that I can.
Well, and I tell you, and I know your family, and I know your dad and your brothers are glad to have you, because with you backing them up and supporting them again, Brian, that's going to mean a great deal to them, because they got a tough road to hoe here with all of the rough. You're talking about Cornette and his criminals, as your dad called them.
Yes, sir. He sure does. Cornette criminals.
Wait a minute. Here comes Jim Cornette right now.
I got a little message. I got a little message for you, Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Marine. Opie says, hey. Let me ask you a question, Gomer. Did you come out here to talk about your service record, or did you come out here to talk about professional wrestling? I lived in a sand hole. I bet from the place you probably grew up in, a sand hole was preferable. There was probably less dust there. You know something else? I heard you had 3 confirmed kills while you were over in Desert Storm. Is that right? Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Mr. Cornette. I do have 3 confirmed kills.
It was probably all from your stinking breath, just like the rest of the Armstrong family. Let me ask you a question. You come out here to talk about wrestling. You gonna wrestle Robbie Eagle or Juicy Johnny, or you gonna wrestle one of the big boys, huh? You want to get your feet wet, Gomer? Well, you get in that ring and you take my man Killer Kyle on, and we'll see what you're made out of. The right stuff or the wrong stuff, Mr. Marine. What do you say?
What about it, Brian?
Well, Mr. Cottle, I apologize for his intrusion, but my daddy taught me never to back down from a challenge. So I'm going to go to the ring right now, and I'm going to wrestle this man, and we'll just see if I do have the right stuff.
All right.
Gomer! Gomer! Go ahead, Kyle. Take him apart. Gomer! Gomer! Everybody cheer for him. Gomer!
Hey, Dutch, what about that, huh? I tell you, Jim Cornette may have to eat a few of those words, Dutch. When you're talking about calling him Gomer and all of that.
Hey,
I tell you, he looks like a pretty big, rough, tough customer to me, Jim.
Hey, the heavenly body's got to be back there somewhere, man. I want Tom and Jimmy to see this. Hey, Tom and Jimmy, yeah, there they are. Come on out, guys.
All right.
Who is that big fat
Killer
potbelly guy
Kyle
ringing a bell here, huh? He's worthless.
Killer Kyle and Brian Armstrong.
Dutch, what are you?
Armstrong now has got him back to the corner.
Holy! I wonder what Sergeant Carter would say, huh? Can Hut, I can hear you.
Oh my heavens! Hey guys, you better watch out. He who laughs last laughs longest and best, you know.
Let me tell you something. We always laugh first. We laugh last. We laugh often. We laugh whenever we want to. And right there at Jarhead, it's in the ring with Killer Kyle. He's going to get a lesson taught to him, and he's going to get a lesson taught to him real quick. Hey, let me ask you a question, Tom. Do you remember, I don't know whether you watched the Andy Griffith Show or not, do you remember Briscoe Darling and his dysfunctional son?
I sure do, Jim.
Don't you think that just reminds you of Bullet Bob Armstrong and his boys?
Woo, let me say it sure does. That little boy right in there going to get his feet real good and wet.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Bob Cottle, I don't know whether you told anybody this, but you know the Armstrongs recently had a death in the family.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, their front porch collapsed and killed 27 dogs.
Jim, I got to tell you, tonight in Freedom Hall, there's going to be a cage, and you know what that may mean. You may not be laughing tonight.
No, I'll tell you what, because I still think I'm going to get the big boss man's attention for about 10 minutes. And you see, Killer Kyle, everybody's forgot about my man, the Killer. But look at that strength. Look at that power. If need be, he can rip the walls down off of that cage, brother. And that's exactly what I'm going to instruct him to do if I get in trouble.
What about Friday night, one-on-one against Bullet Bob? That's you.
No. Don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about that. Because I ain't got no chance. I ain't got no chance in the world Friday night in Knoxville if Bullet Bob gets me in that lumberjack match. But, boys, we do have a chance tonight at the Rage in the Cage. You're all going to be in there with me to put Bullet Bob out of action once and for all, right?
You got that right, Jimmy. You ain't got a thing to worry about. That old crippled, feeble man, he's going down quicker than a lightning bolt goes through the sky.
That's exactly right.
I think this kid would rather be in Desert Storm right now than in the ring with
Well, Kyle again over the ropes.
Saddam Hussein was a rank amateur next to Jim Cornette and Cornette's criminals, brother. You ain't kidding. He don't know what he's doing next to me. Look
Kyle
at that.
with that big powerhouse right hand, right high onto the head of Brian Armstrong.
Hey, what? Hey, wait a minute. Hey. That king.
Side body suplex. He pinned him. He pinned him. Oh, Cornette. Somebody's going to have to eat some words.
He won, Bob.
Yeah, he won.
He beat Killer Kyle now.
Look at this.
He is paying the price for it now.
Kyle, here's Cornette. They're all in there now.
Oh, three guys.
But he won.
3 guys.
He won.
Here comes some reinforcement. Here comes Scott and Steve Armstrong. And we got it. Wait a minute. We got another man. Here comes Bullet Bob with that stick. Here comes the Blues Brothers.
We got a ring full. Armstrong's got the baseball bat. Let's see what happens with it.
Well, this is a little preview of tonight and next Friday. There's a tennis racket. Oh!
Cornette now has got the baseball bat. We got chaos in the ring. Jimmy Del Rey had the tennis racket.
Oh, look out. He's trying to hit
with
Bullet
a baseball
Bob with
bat. Trying to hit Billy Bob with it. Here come the rock and roll.
And they're all in the ring now.
All of them are in.
Now we got some retreat going on now. Cornette and his men.
Blues Brothers, Cornette and those, they all begin to bail out. Tonight in Freedom Hall, they'll be in a cage. Friday night, Cornette faces Bullet one-on-one. We're out of time. See you next week.